Hey guys, hi YouTube. So I was watching Ashley Dalton. She has a TikTok show where people call in and kind of ask her for level up advice and stuff like that. Excuse my hair. My hair is going crazy. I'm gonna be taken down the end of this week. But yeah, so this one lady called, just crying so much and asking her like she feels like she's lost herself being a mom of three and stuff like that. She doesn't know what to do. And so I remember being there when I had my son and he in 2017. I felt so stuck and I felt ugly. I felt just really down. And so I was at a birthday party one time with my family and everybody was celebrating, and I stood there and I looked at myself and I was like, I just shook my head. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like how I'm feeling. I don't like how I look. So what did I do to fix that? I'm going to share with you guys. So you guys, if you feel stuck, if you're a new mom, things that you can do to slowly help with that, because you're going to go through that stage. So one of the first things I did was I started watching way more YouTube videos on how to do hair. I forced myself to learn how to cornrow. Once I did that, I started doing quick weaves. I started doing crochet braids and stuff like that. So my hair was always done, because before it was in a ponytail and looking a mess. The other thing I did was, I've had skin issues over the years. So I started looking up over-the-counter stuff or things that I could buy that I could take care of my skin with that did not require me getting to a dermatologist, because sometimes I don't have insurance for tretinoin cream, which works amazing, but I don't have that. So I found those products. The next thing I did was to start taking apple cider vinegar gummies to help reduce my stomach a little bit. I'm not saying that it's going to go make your stomach flat. You do have to exercise and move and watch what you're eating, but it does help a little bit with bloating and all that. So I noticed that it really helped to keep my stomach a little bit down, where I wasn't gaining like weight on it as much. Okay, so I did that, like consistently. Another thing that I really did was walk a lot. My son's school is nearby, so when I pick him up or drop him off, I walk. And one trick that I learned was from, I think, Fumi Desalu, where she said, on YouTube, she said, when you're walking, tuck in your stomach and tuck in your butt. So every time I would remind myself to do that, I put my music and walk for almost about 8 minutes going and 8 minutes coming back. Another thing that I did was I slowly started putting away the sweatpants, the sweatshirts, and started to pull out my clothes out of my closet and slowly wear them, because I know it's overwhelming when you're taking care of kids. You are comfortable in your t-shirt or your sweatpants, whatever. I started slowly pulling the clothes that I never used to wear and did that. I also started doing little things like doing my eyebrow, putting on lipstick. I started buying a lot of lipstick, and putting them on whenever I remembered. So I wouldn't put makeup. I'm not a makeup person. I don't like makeup. So that's something my work later on, I might start doing that, but I'm not into that. So I started really just focusing on that. Just a little bit of lip gloss. My eyebrows were done because I don't have a lot of eyebrows, and did that. Slowly, I started coming back to YouTube and posting videos here and there, because that's something that used to make me really happy, and I stopped doing it. So I started posting here and there, and that would really cheer me up and lift me up, especially when I was getting responses from you guys and talking back and forth. Another thing I started doing was dancing again. I stopped dancing when I became a mom for a while, because I was so on the edge. I was feeling kind of mild depression, and I just stopped I stopped moving. And later on, I got back into that. I would put my music and dance for no reason, because that's what I love to do. So I started doing that. Another thing was I started watching a lot of other women talking about some of the stuff they did, to try to get themselves back. And I tried that. Like, I was watching some videos like, some people started reading like self-help books, or, taking walks, having lunch with their friends once in a while. And also another thing I did was communicating with my mom. Like, I would call my mom very often, because sometimes I was so down, I needed somebody to talk to. So I would call her as much as I could and talk to her and laugh, because laughing is something that I love doing. And I kind of stopped. It felt like my face went from always cheery to, just having this face where I wasn't smiling much. So I fixed that. I started smiling more, And then I also started taking a lot of supplements, vitamin D, vitamin C. I would take magnesium, glycinate for sleeping, because sleeping was really messed up. I started drinking more water. Like, I even got a Stanley cup later on, because I would put it next to my bed and drink it as much as I remembered, and just drink at least all of that each day. Even if I didn't drink a lot, I made sure to do that. So over time, all these things really started adding up, and I noticed that I was really changing, where I started feeling a little bit better about myself. and, you know, getting dressed up and making an effort every morning to do something. So what I did was to start praying more. I would pray whenever I remembered, like when I woke up in the morning, or sometimes when my son was at school and I have quiet time, I would just take that time to really pray. Another thing that I did was, whenever my husband was off or his grandma was available, I would let him know, like, hey, you know, I'm gonna go somewhere and do something, and they would watch him or whatever. And so when I did that, I noticed that I wasn't so on the edge. Like, I wasn't so like worked up and feeling really overwhelmed because I got a break. So I started taking way more breaks. As he got older, I would get more and more breaks. So that really helped. And when he started school, that got really better. So I had a little bit of quiet time for myself. So that really helped a lot. So I started, you know, writing down plans, like things that I wanted to do, a lot more, like really, really planning. And over time, I just noticed the change. I started feeling, you know, before I was like, let's say like a 5 from 1 to 10, and then I got to like a 7 because of these little changes. So you can do it too. You just have to take a minute and just make up your mind that you don't like how you're feeling and you don't like feeling stuck and stuff like that, and just change it. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.